usually the requirement is based on the child's weight. Let's say 40 grams of protein they need, but what they consume is only about 20. Okay, so there's a shortfall of 20. On the other hand, fat, say let's say about 30-35 grams is required, but what we get to consume is much higher. So there is an excess of about 15 grams per child. Okay, of course, depending on age and other factors, right? And same thing for calcium, iron, other minerals that are required in the body. So generally, in a fast life, we try to get some fast food, French fries and pizzas and all that stuff, or oily food. Try to fill our stomach, which is not exactly giving us the nutrition that is required. Um, there are macronutrients and micronutrients. Macro is what we get, different processed food and all that. And micronutrients are, like you saw in the previous example, is iron, zinc, magnesium, calcium. All these are micronutrients that are there in natural food. I'll give you a very good example that many people who are either anemic or pregnant ladies, they require to have iron. The doctors recommend iron tablet. Okay, and iron tablet, most people who take iron tablets, they experience nausea and vomiting. And if you and one has to step back and understand why is that the case. And many times you will find that the iron tablets that we get from a medical shop, you put it near a magnet, it'll get attracted to the magnet. And if you think about it, only if it is ferrous form of iron which gets attracted to the magnet. On the other hand, palak, the spinach, and kale, these are very good source for iron, but they don't get attracted to magnet, because the iron in spinach and kale, all this is in a mineral form, whereas in those medication it is in a element form. And so it is important that organic natural food, from where we can get the nutritious minerals, when they come into our bloodstream, into our body, that will give better health. Here is the current reality. Based on fast life, fast, quick. So everybody wants to win in this world, and we have so much, either deadlines at work or homework or different things that we are all chasing after. And one of the biggest problem that is prevalent in India, and also very much true in America also, and many other parts of the world, is overweight and obesity. Now, also what I have learned is that many times, by looking at a person, we may not know whether he is obese or not, because the fat can be under the skin, that is subcutaneous fat, or it can be around the organs. Okay, that's called visceral fat, around the heart and liver and stomach and all that stuff, right? And that obesity and overweight has a lot of side effects: heart disease, stroke, gallbladder disease, cholesterol, sleep apnea, not able to sleep properly, or joint pains, all these. And this is from Times of India, one of the reports that I think 1 or 2 years back they had derived this. This is what they found. These are the numbers. Almost 73% of urban population in India is protein deficient. Okay. Now, where does protein come from? Protein comes from milk, egg, cheese, all the dals and cereals, and chicken, and it comes from that. Okay. Now let me go to this slide. What is found is that 9 out of 10 people, that means 90% of the people, are deficient in protein. There's a very good example that in India, the person, the laborers, Telugu మట్టి పని చేసేవాళ్ళు, we call it, the laborers, they work harder than Salman Khan, but they don't have a body like Salman Khan, simply because they don't get adequate protein rich diet. So the body is a chemical factory. It pulls protein from the joints and the muscles and all that. That's why those who are working hard, but their muscles are loose, and leads to all kinds of different issues. Okay. What is a recommended uh, quantity of protein that one needs to have? It's about, on an average, it's about 1 gram per kg of weight. Okay, of course, depending on the kind of lifestyle, whether they are a sedentary worker at home or an active mom at home, they may require more. But for somebody like our oldest son, he's a football player. He wants to become a professional football player, so his requirement for protein is different than somebody like me who would work and go for some walks and exercises and all that. So it is important, and usually because of the shortfall of the protein that we get, we there are different problems that occur. Okay. Now, lot of companies who have these products, we used to, as children, we used to love these products, because they are instant and they are very tasty. And till we got educated about these, and I am not putting down these companies, I'm sure they are great in their own way. I am just representing what is a true nutrition fact about these, and I have nothing against these companies. Okay. You see in about 3 teaspoons of this mix, you can see that you have the amount of carbs and sugar is so high, almost 60 to 90%. Whereas the amount of protein, actual, which gives the energy, is very low. Sugar gives the high. So many times, as children, we used to think, oh, I am having this, so I'm able to run faster. No, only later did I realize that because of sugar, I'm feeling, energized and running, but not healthy energy is what I was getting. Okay. Is there a question, Mr. Vaishnavi Chari? If you can hold on to the questions, we can take it towards the end. So I want to just play this quick video.
The World Health Organization says eat 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables daily. But do you know why? Fruits and vegetables help optimize health for today. Help support our immunity and energy levels. Fruits and vegetables help optimize health for tomorrow. Enhance quality of life. Why phytonutrients? Fruits and vegetables contain powerful nutrients called phyto, Greek word for plant nutrients. Nutrients are life-enabling substances. Each vibrant color equals health benefits. Purple fruits and vegetables promote brain health. Orange fruits and vegetables promote eye health. Green fruits and vegetables promote cellular health. Red fruits and vegetables promote heart health. White fruits and vegetables promote bone and joint health. So it's essential to eat the right amount and variety of fruits and vegetables. Why supplementation? Approximately 75% of the population worldwide is not eating the recommended amount of fruits and vegetables. Busy schedules, environmental factors. Creating a gap between what we eat and what we need. What's the key to help close the gap? Dietary and plant-based supplements containing phytonutrients.
Okay, I just close this. I want to hand it off to Vani, who is also a certified nutritionist. She's based in Hyderabad. So, Vani, if you can take it forward.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, you know, in these pandemic situations, like we have all the factories, industries, and all the offices, everything is opening up. So it's required to us to take care of ourselves and to be protected from getting caught by the virus, right? So in this, for that, we need to have our immunity very strong. So how we can increase our immunity? Like we have seen all the fruits and vegetables and all we need to eat, but um, and mainly we think that yeah, we will come to that questionnaire at the end. So yeah, so when we are saying that for immunity, mainly we say that vitamin C is required, right? So when you ask about vitamin C, we can get it from, you can see all these things. So on a daily basis, you need to eat 5 apples or 1.5 sip, one to nearly 2 fruits or 2 kiwi fruits, or nearly 3 oranges or 6 tomatoes. So or 300 grams of strawberry. So when you think of these things, even for a child or even for, you can think of as a parent, can you able to take it on a daily basis, 5 fruits, 5 apples on a daily basis? I may not be able to take it. Maybe I can take 3 times 3 fruits, but not 5, right? So what happens is we are not able to get the proper amount of vitamin C. But what happens is if you don't get proper amount of vitamin C's, how you can increase your immunity? So can you go to the next slide, please? So in this, if you can see, these are the daily requirement of vitamin C for the people at different ages. Like if you see for the children from 1 to 13 years, it ranges from 15 to 45 milligrams. And for the adolescents who are into the higher classes, they will need 75 milligrams for males and 65 milligrams for females. And about the teenage people, you need around 90 milligrams of for a adult male and 75 milligrams for a female male adult. So if you are not able to take the proper amount of food, how you can increase it, right? And the second thing is vitamin C is very much water soluble. It can't be stored in the body. You can't store it in the body. So you can say that, okay, today I will take 10 fruits, 10 apples per day, and then it will be stored for 2 days. No, it won't. Whatever is required in the body, it will get used, and the remaining will be thrown out of the body immediately. So what happens is you have to take it on a daily basis. And someone is talking about calories. So yes, if you take 5 fruits, 5 apples in a day, whether it will give you vitamin C required amount, but it will give you calories also more. So with the calories, maybe kids can utilize in exercise or playing or so many things, outside exercises and playing, but not indoor one. Indoor, like sitting and playing caroms, it won't help much. But if you go out and do some basketball or football or some other games which will require more of physical activity to the body, then you will get consume those calories. But otherwise, in today's scenario, we can see most of the people, because of the homeworks or because of the studies or because of the competitions, they are required more of the time by sitting and at one place and studying rather than going out and doing the physical activity. Because as he showed the photo of my son, he is into first year engineering and studying in US. So after studying in India for some time and going to US, it requires more of effort to come into the competition and being first over there. And here also I have one more daughter, one more child as daughter. She is into ninth now. So it requires so much of, because she is going to next +1 and +2, which requires more of efforts and more of competition to come out. So most of the times she will sit and study, but not go out and do the physical activity, right? So that is where I have seen, like, what is happening is when you are taking the calories, but you are not consuming the calories, what happens is you will get more overweight. Why? Because when the calories are not consumed, they'll be stored as fat in the body, which will increase your weight. Like he was, Mahesh is mentioning subcutaneous and visceral fats, two types. So if it is subcutaneous, you will get to know, yes, you are getting fat. If it is visceral fat, you don't know anything about it, right? So even for seeing, you are very good in fitness, very good shape, everything, but you don't see how much visceral fat you are having inside your body. So, for that, we need to have some physical exercise too. So, um, and so this is just an example of one vitamin which is required in our body. Similarly, we have so many vitamins, like we have 13 vitamins, like A, vitamin B complex. There are so many of them, and you have vitamin D, which you need to get it from sunlight. But in today's scenario, nobody is going out to get a sunlight, right? If you go out in the sun, they say that you will get more heat, or you will get dehydrated, and you are not going out, so you can't get vitamin D. Similarly, we have vitamin E and vitamin K. So, and so many minerals also are there, like iron, calcium, zinc, magnesium. So many 11 minerals you require on a daily basis. So when you are talking about all these things, like for example, for vitamin C, we have shown the amount of food you need to take. If you're going to take everything for food, I don't know, you may get so many calories which you may not be able to consume in a day, right? So for that, even though how much physical activity you do, like his son Mrudul, who is aspiring athlete, who wants to be a football player, even for him, even for though for whole day if he goes for a practice, then also he may not be able to consume all the energy which he gets, calories which he gets from the food, right? So that is the reason where we need to see how we can complete it by doing the supplementation. As you have seen in the video, um, it gives, we need to take like not only single color, but all the different colors, because every color will give you some insights. Like, if you see white color, you will feel very peaceful, right? And if you see red, you will feel very excited, and all those things. So similarly for the body, every color will give you different kinds of nutrition which is required. Like in the share that is sharing, red is good for heart health. So everybody requires a heart, and it should be properly done. It should be properly there, then only you can consume everything. And for energy and for immunity, everything. And especially for the kids, if you see, they require more of this nutrition. Like this one of this is quercetin. This is a phytonutrient, so which is required for anti-inflammation, anti-carcinogenic, antiviral activities, which is mentioned and highlighted over there. So when you have this kind of things, then only you will get your immunity more strong, and you will get, even though you are prone to, if you go to the school or if you go to somewhere else, you go to office, if you are getting connect with some people who are having the virus, but still you are, because of your immunity strong, you can be protected from it, right? So this is all from my side, and back to Mahesh.
Sure. Thank you, Vani. And just if I may add, quercetin, it is found in haldi. Uh, that is very good, as Vani said. It's an anti-inflammatory, anti-carcinogenic ingredient, which helps the body. So now, obviously, we cannot cover everything under the nutrition in one session, right? So many times, as we do these sessions in different places, the first question many people have is, all this is great, where do I start? How can I start? Okay. And what we highly recommend is, monitor the food that you eat. If half of your plate is full of fruits and vegetables, and the remaining 25% is with protein, let's say dal and curd and eggs, and if the people eat non-veg, then chicken and other stuff, fish, and they can eat. And remaining 25% is through whole grain foods. This is a healthy combination. Okay. This healthy combination will help you get adequate nutrition, at least good start to nutrition, and then build from there. Okay. Few more recommendation is having at least 3 bottles of water every day, and three maybe less also actually, because now it is even more summer. It is very important to keep your body hydrated. Hydration, what it will also do apart from weight management, everything, it will also help you improve the radiance on your skin. Okay. Then next is sleep. Including me, I'm guilty of it, of not taking adequate amount of sleep. um, I remember I used to sleep in the class. Okay, and my teachers used to be awake. And the and I see my children, they keep playing in the night, and everything. It is so important to guide them to have adequate sleep, so that they have the energy and they can put the focus in, whether they're playing games or they're studying or anything that they do, they can put the right focus. And as Vani said about vitamin D, going for a walk or jog or run at least for 30 minutes in a safe area, where so that you're maintaining the social distance and other stuff. And it's important to get vitamin D as well as keep your body healthy. The other recommendation is to really understand and learn about organic supplementation, because there's a big difference between medication and supplement. Medication is after a problem has occurred, so it is focused on trying to cure a problem, whereas supplementation, organic supplementation, is designed to prevent a problem, or even to if the problem has started, to mitigate or to reduce the effects of that problem. Okay. And so very important to understand this. Then of course yoga and breathing exercise, like kapalbhati and all that, doing that regularly is very important. I used to, me and Hari, we used to, when we started learning this, we realized that at school how we were we were casual about it, but now we understand the importance of it. The other recommendation I strongly have is to reduce all sugar drinks. If you can remove it, wonderful. Like Coke, Pepsi, and all. There a lot of sugar is there, so which is not good for health. Okay. And apart, the next one is, while you take care of your body for you and your loved ones, it is important to nourish your soul and your spirit by reading good books, positive mental attitude books, listening to some good music, or developing hobbies. It could be drawing, painting, whatever you like. Developing that, because it's a overall. Um, we have only one life, and to live, and we want to be the best and contribute the best to the world, right? That's how we look at it. These are some books that we recommend. One is Altered Traits. This is on how meditation helps changes the mind, brain, and body, um, by Daniel Coleman and Richard Davidson. And second book is by Dr. Ray Strand. He was a doctor in San Diego, here in California, and his own wife suffered from different medical conditions, and how he came to realize the importance of nutrition and how it has helped save his own wife's life. Okay. Then by Dr. Richard Fersheen on the vitamin prescription for life. I would highly recommend people to get this book and read it. Okay. I know a lot of people have questions. Now you can, I'll open up for questions, and you can ask questions in Hindi, Telugu, English, anything is fine. Or you can also put in chat one by one if you can. I need to open this chat also. Let me stop sharing. Okay, so I'm just going through this. If you, meanwhile, people, we have, I have, I think about 10 minutes for us to take some questions. So if you have a question and you feel like it, please unmute and you can ask a question. Somebody asked, where can we buy the book? These books, you can actually order it on Amazon or Flipkart or one of those. You should be able to order these books. Um, yeah, these books are very easily available. They may not cost much, but they have a lot of value.
Uh,
Somebody asked, what is PMA? PMA stands for positive mental attitude. Okay, I honestly am telling you, I never used to believe that. I used to go to, as I travel different parts of the world, I used to see the books in the airport or railway station, Secunderabad railway station. I used to see, Born to Win, and Think and Grow Rich. And I used to keep thinking, but growing rich was not there. So I used to just laugh at these books. But only when I started associating with some very, very highly intellectual people in across different parts of the world, I got amazed at how they, when they shared about these books, how it has impacted them. Somebody asked how to control anger. Okay, that's a very good question, and it's funny that you asked me that question because I tell all this lovey-dovey photos of me and my wife. I keep fighting with her many times. Okay, the best. My father says uh, in Telugu. I hope many people should understand. Tana kopame tanaku shatru, tana santame tanaku raksha. Okay, my dad always says this, and it is so important. And I all think about it and try to work on myself. Sir, should we eat sugar, and why should not eat sugar? So I think sugar is important. It is important, but only in certain moderation quantity. Okay, it is important to measure how much sugar you are consuming. So if we educate ourselves, whatever that we are eating, we get processed food or anything, we get study how much sugar is there. um, I'm just going through these questions. Will you recommend anything for psychiatric patients? You know I think these are individual cases, so you can always reach us and we can do a one-on-one sessions, and to understand your specific situation, and take it from there. How many calories are needed for adolescents? It depends on the kind of usually around uh, 2200 calories is what the young teenagers and adolescents need, so that they can play games and study and yet we have focus and everything around in that ballpark. um, is it good to take milk and curd in this situation? Many rumors on it. Kindly advise. That's a very good question. Actually, we recently had attended a session. What they shared is humans are the only ones that take animal protein from other animals. Okay, so in especially in US, they highly recommend to reduce our intake on lactose. Okay, now, but it is also important to know that curd and milk, they also get protein. So if you have it in moderation, especially in this summertime, you need to have a lot of lassi and all that. No, it will give you a lot of hydration. It gives you protein, but gives you, so you should have a good mix of it. Is what I recommend. Tanu, you want to add something on that? Okay, Vani, would you recommend something?
Um, Yes, see, in Telugu we say like, ఆవు పాలు తల్లి పాలు లాంటివి, right? So it relates, but one thing we need to see is how that cow milk is getting, right? Are they giving injections and getting it, or it is natural? So we need to see that. And the second thing is, yes, you can give sometimes, but not, don't only depend on that. That's what I can recommend. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Um, um, there are some questions they've asked privately, so I'll just flash the. We can take it offline. Um, for small children, what kind of somebody asked for a small child, how do you control obesity if there are, based on the growth pattern, or how much the weight should be for a small child? Some children are heavier in weight than what they should be. Some children are lower in weight. So uh, what I think is that it is, for a small child like this, 3 to 5 years, I think we should not control a whole lot, because the child is growing child. There are children like, our son, youngest son. He he's he was on the heavier side, but because of that, now he's almost 1 feet taller than me. Okay, now, so the child, allowing the child to grow, and not worry about it, and let children play. They have a lot of energy. We have to allow the children to expend their energy.
What's the
Yeah.
question?
There's a question that for 3 years baby having 10 kgs weight, what would you recommend?
Yeah, it is a growing age. So we will eventually, the child will develop the kind of strength and the growth by which they will eventually lose their weight if they're overweight, or they will gain the weight. So it's a growing age. At this point, the only way you can make sure that they're getting proper nutrition is by making sure they're having enough of protein being the building block and the main nutrient of the body. It will amaze you how some parents are so short and their kids come out to be so tall. And it is because they have been taking protein since childhood. And the amount of protein that they are able to digest and absorb in the body. So it's all relevant to that.
um, Some people ask how to reduce weight, what vitamin to take. It is not, I would say that it is not one vitamin that will help reduce weight. We have to do a health analysis, and to identify what is the core foundational reason of the problem. Okay. Unlike medicine, when we go to somebody goes to a doctor and says there is a joint pain, the doctor will do a MRI or X-ray and try to find the symptom of the problem. Whereas the uh, the problem can be because of low protein and increasing weight and not having proper metabolism. The weight is putting more pressure on the joints, right? Um, One question somebody has is, any replacement for milk?
So this is a very good question because
Um,
I cannot take milk.
yeah.
I'm a good example. My stomach gets upset if I take milk. And milk is a very big source of protein. So I have replenished milk with vitamin D. That is a supplementation which gives me 2000 IUs of vitamin D. That 2000 IU of vitamin D is equal to 20 glasses of milk. I did not know that till the time I studied nutrition. So, in some way or the other, what is the reason we are taking milk? We are taking milk for our bones, but milk also helps in our nervous system and in our brains for a good blood flow. And vitamin D, along with vitamin K,
if it is taken, it helps to absorb the essentials into our bloodstream much more quicker, so that our brain can function much more normal, more streamlined. And hence it is okay if you are not able to take the regular milk, either because your stomach gets upset or you vomit. It is just because your body is not ready yet to take those kind of milk, you know.
There's a question on any diet chart for diabetes patients. Okay.
I will ask Vani to answer that.
Yes, Vani, if you can share that.
Yeah, we can have a diet chart for diabetics patients, but we need to, because it's an individual case, so we need to go through his lifestyle and what he is having in his diet and everything, and about his medication, and seeing all those things, then only we can prepare the diet chart of him. So maybe we can connect later and then we can do it. Yes.
Yes. There are other questions which are more needs individual, one-on-one. Let me share my screen again to give you our contact information once again. Um, can you see the screen? Yeah. So you can make a note of it. You can drop us an email, and of course, Vani is there in Hyderabad. Vani and Harish and Vani both are there. I want to take a moment. I know we are at the hour. I want to take a moment to thank Mr. Raman Naidu and Mr. Zubi for giving us an opportunity to share this. And we were actually through Harish's friend, Mr. Arijit, is what we got connected. We feel honored to be able to share with so many people and some things that we learned. And we plan to have similar sessions in subsequent weeks on other topics of nutrition that we believe can help a lot of people. Thank you once again, Mr. Ramanaidu.
I think you're on mute.
Yeah.
Mahesh, can you put on the contact details screen once again so that
Yes.
people will note
Yeah.
down?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mahesh team, for educating our parents and students on healthy and nutritious food habits. We Homo sapiens got the habit of two conditions, particularly Kensho moment and Satori moment. The Kensho moment is the moment, most auspicious moment, we feel very much happy and continue to pursue our passions and master our crafts. Happiness is the trigger for the above perseverance and consistent performance. At the time of Kensho moment, you will become more confident, hence competence builds. The Satori moments are challenging times, difficult times, and low times. That's where we really feel difficulty to perform. These are the times human habituated to work even hard and innovative to save themselves from difficulties and challenges and reach the great heights with the highest resilience to rediscover himself and find the best in their life. The classic example of these two moments are when we go to the forest for our food, for hunting, either you may become lunch for wild animals or get lunch by hunting tame animals. That's the classic example. That's how from thousands of years onwards we have been habituated our habits. These are the difficult times. We all need to come out of this Satori moment, get good habits of nutritious food, and take care of your personal health and personal wealth so that we have better life. We should rediscover ourselves from these challenging and difficult times. Rockwood's highest priority is the safety and security of our students and parents. We shall have many more webinars on parenting tips and mastering your crafts. Thank you so much, Mahesh, and all the parents and students who attended this session. Hand over to Subhi.
Thank you all. We'll close the session. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.